Good morning, August 1st, 2026, and I'm at hive number 4. August 1st, 2026, hive number 4. Good morning, girls. Good morning. How's everybody? Good morning. Okay. Let's see what goes on there. See how many bees we got on the lid. Okay. A fair amount of bees. I don't see, oh, I see one hive beetle. That's good. Compared to my other bees that are in the pines, have a lot of hive beetles. I think that's the thing. Hive beetles like those pine trees. Because I've had problems with hive beetles there before. So I may just move the whole apiary over here. Alright, so not as many hive beetle problems. I do have 2 traps in here, just in case. 0 in that one. Okay. So I'm in the super of hive number 4. Looks like they've been really working on propolis. This is a strong propolis crowd right here, which is great. That means they can make it how they need it for winter. Just gonna pull this far. Frame, and they are building out some beautiful wax on that frame. Tuck it in here. So that's nothing on that one. I'm going to count how many frames are in use and look at what they're in use for. Okay, so they're starting to bring nectar to this frame, and usually when they start bringing stuff to them, I count it as in use. All that is barely, there's maybe 10 cells in use in that frame yet, so this next frame is definitely in use. Cap and honey. Beautiful capped honey. And this other side, this is just from it being too far from another frame, so they just made googly stuff to connect them, but it also has uncapped honey in it. Okay, that's 1 in use. Well, 2, but I don't know that I'll count that first one. Alright, capped honey. Beautiful capped honey. Capped honey. And a little bit of funky over here. I'll probably just shave that extra wax off and make them redo that. Although I hate to make them redo any work, but I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put it over here on this frame that they're still working on and let them use it there. Alright, so that's 2 in use in the super heavy honey frames. And this is a deep. So I'm looking at the next frame. 3 in use. Honey, not capped, just starting to cap it. And this is full of honey with just a couple of brood that haven't hatched. So it's pretty full of honey, so that's good news. Lots of food. This will be number 4 in use. I can see already. although there's some. Okay, so now we have capped honey and we have capped brood. So, capped honey and capped brood. And over here, capped honey, uncapped honey, and brood. It's 4 in use in this 10 frame box. This is 5 in use. This side is honey, and this side I'll show you is brood on honey. And see a few uncapped larvae and maybe a little hygienic behavior going on there with some uncapped things, but alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This next one I can see they're working on building out comb on this side and this side. So that's work in progress. So we're still at 5 in use. This one, they've built out the comb and they're using. They have plenty of nectar in the other side, and they're starting nectar on this side. So nectar, starting nectar. That would be 6 in use. And this one also is in use with nectar, 7. So that's 7 plus the start of that 1 on the end. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus the 1 on the end. Okay. Alright. Alright, so let me close this up and make a note in my bee diary of how many are in use so I can keep track. I'll know what to bring next week or what I might need to be prepared for next week. So we're going to say 7.5 in use. And then these guys. And they have a great amount of food in there, some brood in there. At this point I would like her to be trying to lay down in the brood box. So let's see what the brood box looks like. Alright, put the traps back in here and write down what we saw. And the super, we're going to say 8. Yeah, good. Alright. Let me get my smoker going again. just free this up. To carry this super heavy. Smoke them for a moment. Alright, carry this over to my truck. Okay, so now we're going into the brood box. I'm just going to show you the good number of bees. Put you there so you can gather information as I go. Alright, ladies. I think I'll start on this far side and work towards the camera. Morning, girls. Hey, everybody. Just gonna come check and make sure you don't need anything. Today is August 1st, so at this point they need to be getting ready for fall. I do see a hive beetle. I'm gonna pick it out. See several hive beetles, which I don't like to see in the brood box. Like they might be having some hive beetle trouble after all, but usually they're not running in the brood box. Alright, about 5 or 6 hive beetles on that frame, or on that frame, so and it's not in use yet, so I think what I'm going to do, if I can, is put a Swiffer sheet down here in the bottom. I don't see one, so I'll probably put one down here. Get one at the ready. Alright, ladies, let's take a peek. Okay, so this one is nectar and nectar. While I've got this open that far, I'm going to take this and I'm going to drop it down in the bottom to catch hive beetles on. Alright, so one in use. I see more hive beetles crawling around down here, so drop my tool. Alright, they're drawing it out and filling it with nectar. 2 in use. Okay, so this has some brood. got some different age larvae. I don't know if you can see them, but brood and different age larvae. And again, brood and different age larvae. Leaning over is an awkward position to get these frames in and out and to look at them, so try to stand up straight every once in a while. Again, oh sorry girls, I have brood, nectar, pollen, and more brood, and pollen and nectar. Now the brood on this side, trying to see if there's, no, it's mostly nectar, brood, nectar, and pollen, so it's trying to be easy. I have hive beetles crawling on me. Alright, that's 4 in use. So, this is number 5. With brood, honey, some capped, some uncapped, pollen, and there it goes. Brood, a little bit of brood, mostly capped honey and pollen. A little breeze coming through now. Boy, that's wonderful. So that's 5 in use so far. This is 6, and it's also in use. Pollen, brood, honey, and again, brood, pollen, honey. I see a few larvae. Looking for a queen. Since I've seen mostly cat brood and some 5-day-old larvae. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in use. We're going to number 7. It's actually number 8, but number 7 that will be, looks like, in use. Okay. Got some brood, got some pollen, got some honey. Losing grip here. And again, brood, pollen, honey. That was number 7 in use. This looks like it'll be number 8. It looks like it's in use as well, which I think we had. Alright, see what we got here. That's pretty brood. Pollen, brood. Just saw my small hive beetle. See them? They're trying to get a foothold here. That was 8 in use. I need to put a trap down here. I'll probably just put the trap from the... Okay, so this is a frame that they're building out, getting ready to use, and are already using on this side. So I'm going to count that as in use, since they're already using it so heavily. So that's 9. They've been working hard. Alright, I'm going to push them back over to the other side, to their correct orientation. Okay, so to help the small hive beetle issue here in the brood box, I have put a piece of Swiffer down in the bottom for them to chase them into. They get stuck in there, and I'm going to also put 2 traps down here, and then I can come back and add a trap to the super more easily than I can to this one. They have 9 frames in use. Alright, I'm going to smoke them down so I can put their sisters back over here with them. Alright, ladies. Down to the bottom, please, so I can put your sisters back over here. I know. Don't get mad. I'm almost finished. Ladies, let's start that. Come on. I gotta get that. Let me get this down here. Put one over here. Alright, look out, so I'll get your sisters over here. Look out. Look out. Let me slide your sisters back on. You have to scoot out of the way. I'm squashing them. They've gotten loud, so maybe I've bumped the queen or something. Better? Alright, ladies. Let's get you closed up. Need to bring a alright, okay. Roll me in so I can not smush anybody out. Okay. Go, girls. Alrighty then.